program. Thanks for being here. And this is the Sunday prayers. What's the specialty of Sunday prayers?
Kind of help us understand where we stand actually.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's
Interpret what we've studied most so I think what we've
exactly.
learned.
Exactly. It's something like in the browser, we have something called F5.
Yeah.
We press that F5, it'll refresh some of our content, isn't it?
True.
Kind of the purpose of this Sunday prayers is to realize where we stand or help one another. Yeah, that's a point of it. In ShriLearning, this is not the only platform. We have a platform in the WhatsApp group called Expert Group. Can I assume that in this room, most of you are in part of Expert Group?
Yes, Shri.
Okay. If you're not aware, check with Rahul and join a WhatsApp group called Expert. So here we have many PMP certified people. One day you will also be there. So people converse about a particular question or a particular topic. I'm sure some of you are there. Many times we are a good listener. I like that. Sometimes we should also give suggestions or questions or thought process. So it's a place people converse. So it happens Monday till Friday, even Monday till Sunday. So people constantly discuss. I really appreciate the people who are taking effort there. Some of them are PMP certified, some of them are not certified, but still they take effort to explain a question. Why this question is like this? Why? What's the ask here? Yeah, because many in this room, our tag will call us project manager. Our tag will call us a scrum master or the agile manager. But we may not practice those what we see in the world where we call as very successful projects. So if you have not done it, I'm sure it is nice to listen from other person. There is nothing wrong or no, don't need to be shy to say that I don't know. Is it something bad to say I don't know? Is it a bad thing to say I don't know?
It's
Oh.
better we learn.
Oh, the silence says something there in the group. There is nothing called bad to say I don't know. It's bad when we say I know, but you cannot do that. Is it so bad situation when we say we know when we cannot do that? That's going to be wrong. So it's always fine to say I don't know, and I recommend people to talk. Definitely, some of our culture is like that. I should not blame everyone. Our culture is like that. Without knowing, sometimes we say I know. Have you heard this kind of things in corporate sometime? We are grown up in a way that without knowing, we'll say I know because we feel shy to say I don't know, or we feel somebody will misjudge me. But if you go to a different culture, it is totally different. If they don't know, yeah, I don't know. Don't feel shy to say I don't know and sit and learn. I would say that if in case you're struggling there, please use these forums or group. Tell that I don't know, and we learn together. Yeah, that's the intention of this program. Good enough. So, how is it going towards examination? I have people with PMP. I have people with PMI-ACP. So, anyone here close to the exam, or anyone here who recently certified? Any top stars here who recently certified? After certified, why should somebody come online, Shri? Come on, man. Last week, I had a couple of people who cleared the exam. I was having a chat with them, how the exam went on. The person gave a WhatsApp message to me, and the person said that the exam was a pretty moderate. And I will check out his chat. His name is Shriram, and he cleared PMP by Thursday or Friday. I don't exactly recall what he said. What he said, the exam was pretty moderate. That's a message. Okay, I would say it was not tough. Some questions were challenging. I'm just reading his message. Some questions were challenging and took a lot of time as options were close, also difficult to pick up. But overall, it was easy to solve if we understand the concepts. Does it make sense? It was overall easy to solve the concept, understand the concepts. And he also mentioned mock tests were really helpful in time management. Okay, this is a message from a guy who cleared exam recently. Mock exams are helpful on the time management. Question to you. Is anyone practicing and you're noticing your time, how long you're taking to solve the questions?
Yes, Shri. So
Okay,
yeah, I have like done 60 mocks, multiple.
very good.
Like,
Very good.
so I'm good at time management. Like I'm taking, like within time, I'm able to close. And recently, I have taken the full mark, first full
Uh,
mark, and
mm,
I completed within time.
okay.
So I have done the review, and then I started feeling that yes, I can complete it the like every question within 1 minute, like 1 2. If it is a difficult one, so then
Uh-huh.
I'll take 1 minute to 1 minute 15 or 20 seconds. Like how it's.
Okay. Is this including the break time?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
I have
nice.
taken breaks. Yes,
Okay,
with
great.
10 minutes break I have taken.
All right, good to know. So, Mohammed, when is your main exam?
So yes, that is what I just have joined. This is my first QnA session stream. So I'm
Ah,
planning to take the exam on 7th September. So when I have
okay.
informed Rahul, so he said like take
Ah,
1 or 2 full marks, then
hmm,
check the results. Then
hmm,
based on that you can
hmm,
book your exam. But I like uh, feel like above average, like confident on that. Like
hmm.
yeah, I can solve even if it is a bit difficult also. So I'll can I say my scores straight so that like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
able
you
to.
can. You can.
Yes, so 60 question marks, like I'm like every time I secured like 65 percentage, not less
Okay.
than that, not more than that, like 64 65.
So that's
So
average. That's average you're getting.
yes, average. And then I have taken full mark. I secured 73 percentage. So full mark, first full mark.
That's a good shot, I would say.
Yeah.
Full
Yes,
exam, full exam test your patience.
yes, exactly. Yeah. Last questions, like I was feeling that like it's not even kab ho jayega ye, like that.
Okay, you utilize the breaks.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have taken breaks, Sri. So after
Hmm.
every 60 questions, I have taken 10 minutes break.
Okay, nice to know. Good to know. I would say your scores are looking really good, and your time management is also good, which means that it puts you into the cycle of getting closer to the exam.
Okay.
Even September 7, I look pretty far.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Right? Is
Yeah.
it your marriage anniversary, birthday?
No, 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 Sri. So just have like to. I just have taken the buffer, like because we don't know like what things come up in between. So
Yeah.
that's why I've taken
Okay.
1 week extra
Yeah,
buffer.
fine, fine. No hurry in this. But with your score, if you practice another 2 or 3 full exams, imagine you take another 3 full exams,
Okay.
you may be in an average. Sometime you'll go 75, 76. Sometime even it will go down
Okay.
66.
Okay.
But don't be surprised from 73 it will go to 66.
Yes.
So I don't think that if it is 73, next time it will be 78. No. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
This is not our academic exam. So this is a
Yes.
professional exam. So every scenario, every question, your answering ability will differ based on your sleeping habits, food habits, what kind of videos you watch, what kind of books you read, what kind of your decision making in your corporate, everything will contribute.
Yes.
Imagine yourself, you didn't sleep well for a couple of days. Will it impact on your exam?
Definitely, 100% it will impact. Even if you know, also you cannot answer the question.
Exactly. Yeah, I was watching some program about how Olympics has improved in the last 100 years. Every sport has shown some improvement in the sense of performance, time improvement, and efficiency, world record.
Hmm.
And what they found is they're using scientific record to calculate how people are running or how people are jumping for the athletics. And that one important point is they understood how much of sleep and nutrition is needed for the body. So, if our human body needs a good amount of sleep, nutrition, I'm sure the exam will see that impact. If I don't sleep properly, it will definitely impact the exam. So, I will not say one exam 73%. You should be 73 only. You can go to 80% when you program your days and weeks properly. So that's
Yes.
possible. Okay, answering you, Mohammed. I should call you Mohammed. Is that correct?
No, you can call me Moin. So
Moin. Okay, Moin. So, Moin, what you have to do is now you have to focus for September 7 and take another 4 full exams that you can do.
okay,
And keep me posted in the WhatsApp. What is your score? What is your time management?
sure,
And that will help me to tell where you stand and areas to improve. And I can give you some bullet points which you can focus towards the examination.
sure.
Perfect.
Yeah, sure. So one
All right.
last question, Sri. So when I should book the exam, like date?
Yep. Which city you live, Moin?
So Hyderabad, like it's
Hyderabad.
very near for me. Like
Okay, I would say start right now because Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai, these are busy cities. Mostly
okay,
the exam centers will be busy. September 7 is falling on what day? Let me quickly check.
Saturday.
Saturday. Check out that center is available.
Okay.
Some centers Saturday they shut down.
Oh,
Um, being in India, Saturday is not a holiday. Most companies as private segments of work. But my recommendation is go to Pearson website. You know where to check the booking?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You have to go to Pearson. Let me help everyone here because some of them don't know how to do this. I'll take Moin's example as a way to explain people. I believe most of you seeing my screen, what I'm sharing now.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sri. See, yeah.
Okay, great. So let's get to Pearson website. If you go to pearson.bue, then you have to choose the exam what you want to go. You want to go to PMI exam. And on the side, you can see the center availability on seat availability. If you go for center availability, I can choose the place where I want to go. City wherever you live. For example, if I click in Bangalore, I may get some cities here, some exam centers. So you can check the center. You may get the contact number. If you put this address in Google, probably you'll get the contact number, or they may have a number here. I would recommend to make a phone call to them. Yeah, there is a number here. I would pick up this number on call them their availability and other parameters, right? So meantime, you can also book the center directly. In the sense, if you come to the place called a seat availability, in seat availability, it will show you which kind of exam you want to go. I want to go for PMP exam. Once I choose a PMP exam, I may come to know whether it is an online exam or a center-based exam, I can choose it. So the moment I choose test center exam, then further information starts happening. So message here is, I would recommend to check through the phone call or understand from the website the availability. For a September 7, I will say start right now. In the sense of being the busy city, please start right now.
Yeah, sure, sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. That's good. That's for the PMP. Do I have somebody for PMI-ACP? Anyone here for PMI-ACP? For information, if anyone getting for PMI-ACP, there is something happening in the market. The exam would change sooner. PMI Institute is coming up with a change in the PMI-ACP exam. The syllabus or model is going to change. This syllabus is there from 2011. It's almost now 13 years, close to 13 years. The syllabus was followed. Of course, Agile is evolving. We have started talking about agile framework, like a scaled agile. We're talking about discipline agile. PMI has as a standard and PMI-ACP, very good. But I'm thinking that PMI is going to increase the standard or change the model because PMP got a lot of agile. If anyone in this room, when you read PMP in a RETA 11th edition or Agile Practice Guide, I'm sure you got a good hold of agile. ACP goes a little more detail. They talk about lean management, extreme programming, value-added service, non-value-added service. They go detail on it. But to me, if I feel I expect more in PMI ACP because Agile is growing pretty faster. If you go to different world, different model of management, it's growing faster. Good news is PMI Institute is upgrading PMI ACP, which is going to come soon. But people preparing for the exam, for you it will be a shocker. Oh, really? The date has not been announced, but the date may come sooner. So if you have preparation of PMI ACP, a right time to close your exam so that you get a new syllabus. Or if you feel that, no, I want to do only the new syllabus, then give some time. New syllabus content will come in, then you can prepare for it. So PMI ACP is upgrading, which is a good news. If this is happening, every 4 years, the PMP get upgraded. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? Every 4 years, PMP get upgraded. No one is aware of it. Okay, if you're not aware, there is something called upgradation system. Every 4 to 5 years they do PMI. And 2021, this exam was upgraded. Now it is a 24. We are expecting another 6 months or 1 year. PMI will start thinking for PMP upgradation. So if you're preparing for PMP, I would say that start focusing more the next 6 months. Try close out to your exams. Don't wait till end of the year or next year. Maybe something can get added. So far, no announcement, but things could come. All right. With this, I'll get inside. Let's see who all available. Is anyone here other than Moin getting to the exam? Okay. Is it something Sundays you people are silent mode? You won't talk to anyone?
I'm planning Shri on August.
Coming out. Okay. Thanks, Bindu. So when is your exam, Bindu?
28th August, Shri.
Yeah. You did a few exams, if I remember your WhatsApp.
Yes, 60 questions and 40. I didn't try the 181. I'll try this week.
Yeah, keeping August 28, we have 2.5 weeks, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you should start right now. You have any plan for today or this weekend?
I'll try today, man.
Yeah, let's go for it. But as I said, only when you're comfortable with your time, go for it. Don't do in a hurry. Don't rush.
Timing I'm able to manage. I didn't try it out.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Good. Let's keep up that momentum. It'll work well. Yeah. Okay, great. Now, coming back, thanks, Bindu, for that response. Let's talk something on the questions. Can we take some questions to see our answering ability? People in the YouTube and people watching from Zoom, let's check out your answering ability. Before you go there, I want to check something on Agile principles. Is anyone here who's having a habit of reading and writing Agile principles by any chance? You do?
Yes, Shri.
Some of you doing it. Okay, good if you're doing already. Let's take a look here. In this 12 principles, total 12 principles are here. Which principle talks more about a customer focus? Which principle talks about the customer focus?
First one.
Delivering working software frequently.
Okay, give me the number.
Admission will be taken and confirm that. It is still select
First one.
Okay. First one talks about customer focus. Nice. All right. 1 and 7. Any other numbers? Okay, let's start understanding with the 7 and 1. Why we thought 7 is customer focus? What is the reason? Why 7th is customer focus? Okay, let's talk with the 7th one here. When we talk about working software, what is working product? What is the difference between working product and documentation? What is the difference? People, sometimes you have to speak up, unmuting yourself. So what's the difference between documentation and working software? God, man, no one knows Agile? Okay, let me put it. Kapila, you want to go say something? What is working software and documentation difference?
Yeah, Shri. So it is something which is undergoing continuous improvement, and it is in working condition and clearly not on paper working. Maybe contract, just not contract, but it's a working software which meets the expectation of the customer.
Meeting the expectation of the customer. Very good. Nice to hear this point. Nice.
So Shri, this is Shyam. So basically working, maybe it's like rather than showing the progress in some slides or something, so we show like a primitive stage or a gist of what the entire product could be, like providing some value to the customer.
Okay, nice to hear. Thanks, Sham, for that. Hey, thanks, Kapila and Sham, for opening up. Here, the purpose of pushing you people to talk is want to see what is in your mind. If you can speak up, at least we'll come to know what you're thinking. That will help us to converse. Are we thinking in the right direction? That's the reason I'm pushing you. But anyway, come back here. So when I say working software, here they call as a primary measure of progress. The primary measure is, it is not to tell measuring by, is this a company doing well? Is this project doing well? Even though that is important. Beyond that, I want to see towards my vision. In a product, I have a vision. This vision to be achieved. How can I achieve it? I can achieve it by two ways. One is iterative, other one is incremental model. When I say incremental model, I'm going to deliver something on a smaller pieces constantly. As a lean management talks about delivering small packets early to the market. Yes, it is nice. I can deliver small packets, but how Kapila is pointing out, I can give a presentation, PPT presentation or a PDF document telling that, hey, this is what we are doing. I can show them that this is the design of my project. I can show that something which is also represent my work. But more than representing the work, in Agile, what they look at is something workable, usable, consumable. Sometimes they call it as a MVP, minimum viable product, or sometimes they call it as minimum marketable feature, MMF. Yeah, you can call it as. But the message here is something usable, consumable should be delivered. What if it is not usable, consumable? Should I deliver? The answer is they don't recommend to do that. When you go for a definition of done, DOD, when something is completed, it is usable, consumable. So working software is one of the best advantage towards a customer where they can take, consume it, or they can sell it, or they can utilize it, and some form it's useful. And that's a primary measure. Even though I have a secondary measure can be your documentation. For example, your company is using work breakdown structure. Even though in Agile they don't use it, what if they use? It's okay. You can show WBS, you can show UML diagram, you can show maybe other documentation like a Jira board or a burn down chart. You can show whatever you want. However it is, the very important focus here is, much important focus is workable, something workable. I should be able to log in, I should be able to do an action. If that is shown, that's the most useful thing for the customer. So that's the expectation Agile. Good for the seventh one. What about the number one? What is their customer attention there? What kind of attention we're giving to customer here?
We are providing the highest priority is satisfy the customer by providing early and continuous delivery, so that we know their feedback and we tweak that and we provide them a more value-added product to them. Shri.
That's a great one. Thanks, Sham, for sharing that. All right, good thought. Any other person have a different thought also for the first one? All right.
So Shri, just to add what Sham said earlier, that we deliver in increments. So every time new things will be added and shared, new things will be added, and that increases the value of the product and also gives satisfaction to the customer. And based on the feedbacks that we receive from the customer, we make the changes and deliver a better version of what we had delivered earlier.
Okay, and that makes sense, right? Good point there. Now, there is a point marked as early. Here, when they say early, how early? What early means here? Can we define early here? Any number given there? 1 day, 1 week? What could be early for Agile?
Maybe a sprint.
Maybe a sprint. How long a sprint can be?
2 weeks.
2. Any other numbers?
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Very good. 2, 4.
But we keep it small.
Okay. So the early, what I'm hearing is it's based on the sprint. Okay, I'm hearing a sprint as a word, sprint. And I'm hearing sprint could be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Are you aware of this? An Agile can have 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, or 4 week.
Yes.
Okay. The idea behind here is again comes lean management. No one in the world said you have to do only 1 week. It's a recommendation. That's it. When we say lean management, we have to go early. Okay, this is all from 1940s and 50s and go in a small packet. Okay. When you want to go early, you have to go small in size. When you go small, you go faster. If you are very huge, you cannot travel. It's very, it's simple logic, right? A lean person, a fit person can run faster than the person hefty, right? It has one plus and minus, but the small packets can move faster. So when you make a small pockets, you have to give it as a continuous delivery. It is not being one delivery. You break it down in a smaller, valuable piece. What kind of valuable piece? Working piece. A working, valuable piece should be logical piece. Your work which you deliver should be logically divided. Should not make a cranky break like every small piece. If I'm making a car, I should not tell I will give a tires first. I will give a steering first, second. Then I'll give doors. That's illogical way of breaking. A logical way of breaking should happen. There comes a business people, product owner. Who is a product owner? Here is a fourth point. Business people and developers should work daily together. They should clearly understand what is deliverable. So when they say early, this early is defined by the customer. Not because someone recruited a scrum master in the company, not because this company has a lot of PMI-ACP certified, PMP certified, CSM certified, agile people. I have a daily stand-up meeting. No, not because of that. I have to understand from the customer's perspective, what is their priority, when they want it, how useful it is. Early could be 1 week, early could be 4 weeks. For some company, early could be 3 months. Don't bug me for 3 months. I'll give a good product for me. That's fine. No one in the world says this is what you have to do. These principles are all written to make us understand how we should be important in delivering early. There it stops. Then comes some of the methods like extreme programming, Scrum methodology, Kanban methodology, lean model, all comes in. Since because in the world we are using a lot of Scrum, many companies follow a Scrum. By some chance, we start feeling that Scrum means sprint will happen. Sprint means early delivery. Early delivery means 1 week, 2 week, 3 week. It's an assumption. No one in the world say like that. Early is up to your customer. Your customer can even tell, give me in 3 days. If it is a possibility there, you will do it. But there is a logical time needed, maybe a 1 week or 2 week or 3 week, that you will negotiate it. So you should not, when you go to PMP or PMI-ACP exam, don't go with the mindset of only a Scrum Master. If you are a CSM certified person, certified Scrum Master, don't go only with that knowledge. Then you'll have a tough time in main exam because those certificates or those learnings more focus on one way of working. The one way of working here is how to run a stand-up meeting. What is a sprint? What is a Scrum? There they stop. When you come to PMP or PMI-ACP, they won't leave there. They go a little detail. They call us being agile. Have you heard about being agile? Have you heard about being agile?
Yes, Shri.
All right. So two sections are there. One is being agile and doing agile. Being agile is understanding why we are doing it. The importance of early delivery is understanding is a being agile. Doing agile is also needed. We cannot deny that. Like you have a daily meetings or sprint planning or a review meeting. It's all doing. It's all important. But we have to understand the purpose why we do, and then you do it. In main exam in PMP or PMI-ACP, the exam will be much interested on being agile. So if someone is going for PMP or PMI-ACP, you should be very clear on these 12 principles, what this means. And then from here, moment you understand this properly, now you have to jump to the place called doing agile, how they practice it. In Kanban model, we have something called work in progress limit. How that will help me? In Kanban model, we say that information radiator, we explicitly show that what is happening in the system. In extreme programming, we follow the 10th principle, simplicity, art of maximizing amount of work not done is essential. How that works. I should learn in lean management, how does it work? Then I come to Scrum methodology, what all they do. If I learn that, then I connect both the dots, being agile and doing agile. Now, if you go to exam hall, whatever question they throw on you, you start thinking in that direction. So that is a gap for some people who have not really worked in Agile. If you're not worked in Agile, I would expect you to read this clearly. Where can I read it? One, through our classes. In our class, we have explained some of these principles. Even you don't get it there, go to Mike Griffith book. There's a book from Mike Griffith for PMI-ACP. Have anyone heard this book, Mike Griffith? Hear this book, Mike Griffith? If not, then go to PMI-ACP book. Yeah, there is a book for PMI-ACP. There you talk about how this particular principles are explained. In chapter number 1, there is an explanation for each principle. Read that carefully, understand it clearly, and then you start practicing the questions, you start answering better. All right, that's a good learning. Shall we see some couple of questions to see how your brain is adopting it? I have a few questions for you. Let's go for the questions. Time for questions. Here we go. Take a few seconds. Look at the question. Bring up the answer. You can use your chat box to share your answers. Would expect everyone to answer back. Let's see what's your answer. Don't worry, it's a right or wrong answer. Give it a try. All right, answers started coming up. Okay, a few more seconds. Let everyone answer the question. Okay, then let's get inside. I'm getting different alphabets here. I have alphabet, wow, B, D, and A. Ooh, all three are coming up. Huh? Okay, let's see how people on YouTube are responding. YouTube, what's happening in YouTube? Meantime, people who read the question, since I have 3 different answers, and I have to check with the people. Probably I'll start with Ritu. Ritu, why you thought D is a good answer? What made you to drive towards D?
Basically, the product owner is trying to determine the urgency of the problem. So first, we need to find out how many people are affected. Then we can go further to research other available things in the market.
Okay. So start from here. Find out how many people are affected. How many people are affected? So when you say how many people are affected, what sentence in the question make you to think like that? Is there any specific sentence you're interested in the question?
So actually, they were working with the different contractors, government. So many people were involved in that. You can say stakeholders. So we need to find out that first. But affect means we cannot take it like without numbers. So at least there should be a number.
There should be
Then we
number.
can plan accordingly.
Okay. Some details should be there before you start something. That's your message. Okay.
What I understood.
Okay, I respect your answer. Okay, that's with the D part. Then Kapila, you went with the A. Why you thought A is a good answer?
Because when we read the last line, it is how can the team help the product owner? So here the product owner is trying to determine the urgency of the problem. Okay, and we have that the stakeholders are also trying to find out the technology to solve the problem. So I feel when the team does the research to the market and makes the list of available technologies, that answers the problem statement.
Okay. Okay. See the answers for A also. By the way, who is targeted this question? Who have to work on it?
The team. How can the team help the product owner?
Team have to help the product owner. Very good. Very good. Nice. So I got a different views of B and A. Let's listen to B also. Anup. Anup, you have some answer for B. Why you thought B is a good answer? Why B looks a good answer for you? Okay.
So, as per my understanding, Shri, like the product owner is trying to determine the urgency of the problem. So, based on like how many are affected, like how many stakeholders, so that like the urgency of the problem can be determined.
How many or how much?
How much? Yes. Yeah.
How much? So, if you remember a few minutes back, Ritu was pointing one answer. We should know how many are affected. There is something called how many are affected. Now we are talking about how much they are affected. Is there any difference between how many and how much?
Yes.
Yes, Shri. Because how much
It
is
is
basically
number and levels.
Maybe
Oh,
severe.
oh, high, medium, low, something is happening here. Is it so?
Yes.
Now, which will help to determine the urgency? Is it a number or it is a level? General question, everyone. Okay, no one has chosen C. You guys don't want C, right? Determine the cost of few solution. That doesn't work at all. I'm going to move the C out. Okay, so C is gone. So there is a competition only between A, B, and D. I have to ask more because I see different answers here. Because not one alphabet is dominating. Every alphabet has some value. A is having a B is value, D value. At least B and D, I can see a difference. One says how many people. I want the count of people. One says how much they impacted. Is it severe or moderate, high, kind of two things. A says research a market and make a list of available technologies. Now, we're expecting this a team to do a research over the market and come with a list of available technologies. How this will help us to find the urgency? If anyone think for the A, do you think it will help us to find the urgency?
No, Shri.
Are
Because
you think?
sorry. One key here is like the product owner is trying to determine the urgency of the problem. So the problem here is not identifying the right technology. The problem here is the contaminated water supply.
So
So
there you go. You got it.
Yeah.
You got the intensity of the problem. Is it the intensity of the problem?
Yes.
Thankfully, man. I was waiting for this. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, as we eliminated C, so the remaining three options, why I went with B, because so the A is basically a market study. As you explained in our classes, generally the market study is done by the product owners. The team is not mostly involved in the product study. So that's why I felt A is not the right option. And B and D looks close for me. And why I went with B is basically, as someone rightly pointed out, the severity of the problem. Yes, there might be many people affected by this contaminated water supply, but we need to address people who are having like a severe infection, like fever or something, a more critical infection than the lot of people who are not affected that much. So I went with the B. Shri.
Okay. Okay. Now I hear your point. That's a very nice point. You say that contaminated water is the severity of the problem, or that's the intensity of the problem. So
Right.
usually when you read a question, we see what is the intensity of the problem. Is this going to have a heavy impact on it? And we also see who is being targeted. So we clearly see that the team is being targeted, and rightly pointed out, team may not need to go to market research. Okay, this is fine. Now, given a chance to everyone here to re-vote, if you, after reading all this question, after analysis, if you're given a chance to re-vote, what is your vote? Can you try again with your alphabet? Let's see which one is winning here. A, B, D. A, B, D. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. One more chance. Huh? Let's see. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm seeing a B slowly dominating. D is also coming up. I'm checking your chat message. D. Oh man, D and B competing again. God's sake. Okay, B is dominating so far. I have more B than D. Okay. Okay. Ritu, I see you holding with the D. So how do you want to hold with the D? What makes you to hold now?
So, Shri, actually, I am from operations and financial transactions. So,
Okay.
whenever the situations came, so first we were taking the count how many people are affected, because the number will affect our future transactions. So that's why I calculated the D answer. But yes, I agree with B also, because sometimes it is not number. Maybe it is some technical faults, and then we need to identify how much they are affected.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I like the way you're holding with the answer. But in stakeholder management, even though it's agile project, in stakeholder management, one thing we learned, there is something called power interest grid. High power, high interest, if you remember it. Yeah, something is there for high power, high interest. Or we look for someone who is pretty dominant in the sense of urgency, legitimacy in a salience model. The message here is, when I want to find urgency of a particular problem, right? Definitely number counts. I'm not denying that. But thankfully, in the question itself, they mentioned, we are working with the government, contractors, and local residents. Already you have a rough idea who we're going to work with. Definitely you can categorize it. You can tell under government, 45 people are there. Under contractors, I have 7 vendors. Local residents, maybe 1,500 people. So you can put a number. But the message here is to find the urgency. Can I hold only with a number? So there comes a tough part now. Even though number is nice, but number alone will not help you to conclude something, isn't it? So then you have to go to the place after getting a number. I would put like this, after getting a number, you will also work with the high power, high interest people, or a high power, low interest people, which is called as stakeholders. I'm going to work with the stakeholders to find how much they are impacted, right? That's where the answer goes to B here. The customer in this project are the local stakeholders, and the team is responsible for finding out their needs and desired outcome. The cost, available technologies, and number of people affected will determine the course of action, but the required sense of urgency can only be by asking those affected. You have to go and talk to them, get the input. What kind of stakeholders I will go and talk? In our management, we learned, as I was pointing, there is a quadrant we maintain, 2D, 3D, high power, high interest, or high power, interest, attitude, power, urgency, legitimacy. With this, I'll find what these guys are, and I will spend time with them. If you see this question, it's a pure hybrid question. They are using the stakeholder model, what we follow in a plan-driven approach. They're also bringing the agile mindset of keeping customer as important. Also, team is involving. If a regular project management, I will not put a team there. I will invite somebody called SME. The subject matter expert has to go and do the solve the problem. Or somebody, a business analyst will solve the problem. But here, your team is empowered. It's a kind of agile plus some thought process from the traditional model. Both are coming inside. Oh man, crazy question, isn't it? Was it an interesting question? Woo. Okay. So what's the learning here? What's the learning here? Any word you picked up from this in this question? Anything interesting you catched up? Something?
Workable solution?
If I'm here, workable solution, nice to know. Right? I'll be more interested on the first sentence, contaminated water supply. Do you think it's a big problem?
Yes.
Which is to be addressed with urgency? You see that problem? And you will also see that local residents are directly impacted. Is it a major problem? You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, there it comes, right? If even one person is impacted, it's very important. I would go by that, isn't it? If it is a contaminated water in a local resident, even one house or one family is impacted, I'll be worried. I'll be more interested. How can I give attention to them? I'll be more interested in how can I focus them. So even though count matters, in this kind of situation, more than a count, the urgency and the problem, I'll be more interested to watch out. Imagine there is one family living in a forest area and there is a contaminated water. Can I leave it? Okay, it's one family. No, every life matters, right? You cannot say that because you're in a position to give a workable solution for them. So I would see the sensitivity of the problem. So even though count matters, beyond count, I will see what is the problem actually. That's more important. What a question, man. Good job. I appreciate it. Shall we see one more question? What's the energy level? High, medium, low? High energy? High energy. I'm so surprised in thinking Sunday people are very soft spoken. You're waiting for Monday, huh? Soft spoken guys. You're waiting for Monday. Okay, one more question. Let's see what you do here. Read carefully. This time everyone is going to answer. I'm going to see your answers. Few more people looking for you. Okay, let me see. Oh man, this time alphabet is dominated by one particular alphabet. God's sake, really? Let me see what the YouTube people are doing there. YouTube people, what are you doing there? Let me get in. Okay. All right, I'm seeing alphabet C is highly dominating here. How come everyone go to the one alphabet? Let me pull someone who has not spoken. Senthil, you want to talk about C? Why you thought C is a good answer for you?
Yes, Shri. Getting the customer expectation before starting the work and completing the product per the expectation is good for this
Okay.
one.
Okay. So Senthil, help us. What is the problem statement in the question? Who is being targeted?
The team.
Team. Very good. When we say team, what kind of project it is? Is it a plan-driven, change-driven, hybrid?
I believe Agile.
Look like, isn't it? Because of what?
Yes.
Because of what?
Iteration demos.
Yes.
because of iteration, look like Agile. Okay, let's believe it's Agile. Nice. Now team is targeted. It looks like agile. What is the sensitivity? What's the problem of this question? Main problem is statement here.
The packaging and the presentation was not good in the previous versions.
What is that? Which keyword says there is a problem in this question?
Negative feedback.
Negative feedback. Okay. Now we got the hint in the question. The hint in the question is there is a negative feedback. Who has given this negative feedback in our scenario? Negative feedback. Who gave it? There is a person, X person as a customer. Who gave it? Okay. What they are not happy for? The products, packaging, and presentation. Something, the box which you gave is not happy, which means it's not, it's look like incomplete. Can we say like that? Incomplete.
Yes.
Okay. Which means something you agreed, but it is not there. Something is wrong there. How can the team, improve the chances of customer acceptance? In future, they want to improve. The moment they say improve, they didn't ask you what happened. If they ask you what happened, there could be different answer. But here, how can you improve? Can I say I should look for future? Okay, future. What can be the next I have to do? Okay, that's an ask here. Okay, this is a situation now. Now, since everyone went with the C, I checked with Senthil. Senthil says, because of this, you have to work out on this part. Is it correct, Senthil? You want to fix the DOD?
Yes.
Now let me ask Senthil again. When this DOD is prepared in Agile team, if you are aware of it?
When creating the product log.
Product backlog. Okay. So what you're saying here is there is something called product backlog. Okay. Product backlog is a collection of requirements. Can I say like that? Collection of requirements. So while preparing this itself, we will have a document called DOD. Okay, nice. So now the sprint is happening or iteration is happening. Here you can use iteration, or sprint, or interchangeably can be used. And now this iteration is happening. This is called sprint backlog, or you can also call iteration backlog. Now, when we do this, this is the high priority work comes and sit here. When the team does the job, they will give in a small piece of deliverable. This is a small piece you can call as increment, or you can call as MVP, you can call as a MMF, minimum marketable feature. When you give it to the customer says, I'm not happy. Okay, they say, I'm not happy because something is not there. So now the answer says revise a DOD. But Senthil, if we are hearing that this is prepared when the backlog is ready. You mean in a project once we prepare or multiple times?
Multiple times.
Multiple times. Okay. What is the frequency of preparing DOD?
Every time we revise the product backlog based on the feedback, we're supposed to revise the DOD.
DOD also? Okay. I hear you. Okay. Next, thanks for the input. I'm going to pull someone else also to talk about it. Let me see if anyone is willing to talk. If anyone is using DOD in your corporate, if you use already. Rishikesh is here. Yes, Rishikesh.
Yes. It's not just called DOD every time. It could be done criteria. It could be done 3 criteria and many similar terms, right? So I think I'll go with answer C, and the reason remains same as someone mentioned earlier, that this is an opportunity to hear from customer about what they feel is a minimum viable product, or what they feel is an acceptable feature for them.
Okay. I hear that point. Rishikesh, one question to you, if you're aware. We heard from Senthil here. The DOD will be revised every time. Is this true?
Not through every sprint. I mean, that there might be some other periodic intervals, but I have never seen DOD getting revised for every sprint.
Every sprint, right? Okay. So we have 2 varying answers. Is everyone heard or seen DOD in your projects? Have you seen DODs? Maybe some people are not seen. Okay, for your benefit, I'll just bring a DOD. The DOD is how big the document is. How big the document will be. Huge document, lot of content.
1 pager.
1 pager. Okay. And who can prepare this page? Who can prepare this for us? Is it a
Product owner.
product owner? Uh-huh. Okay. I'm going to show a sample for you how a DOD will look like. Then I want to listen from you. How do you think this will happen? Where I have my DOD. For information, DOD has some bullet points. And these bullet points you will touch maybe once in timeline when you have a correction like this. As Senthil was pointing out, when the correction has been recommended, yes, you have to touch it. But do I need to touch it every time? That's the question. If I want to know that every time I should touch, first I should know what is inside DOD. First of all, why we need a DOD in a project? Can't we work without DOD? Why we need a DOD?
Improve the quality and other parameters.
Improving the quality. Okay. 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 Just I'm giving a picture of how a DOD will look like. In this, on the left, you see DOR, right, you see DOD. Let's talk DOR later. Let's talk about DOD. Take a look of DOD. Some bullet points are given. Is this bullet points are universal? Or it can be specific for a company?
Universal.
Universal. So what is a DOD? In the screen it says, does it mention it as a checklist? Is it mentioning as a checklist? Now, when you see there is a checklist of all the criteria required to be met so that a deliverable can be considered ready. If you want to say something is ready, it should have been tested. It should have been reviewed. It should have been accepted by the customer called UAT. Have you heard about UAT? What is UAT?
User acceptance test.
User acceptance testing. Functional testing should have been done. Non-functional testing should have been done. Product owner should have accepted. I can even write more. No one stops you. Documentation completed. Can I say like that? It's up to you, right? Your company. Our company senior product manager approved. Can I say that? You can. It's up to you. It's your company. It's your company's DOD, your team's DOD. This DOD kind of a document is prepared mainly at the very beginning stage of the project. In Agile specifically, you can follow non-Agile also. No one stops you. But when you prepare this in the very beginning, team is very clear. You can print this A4 paper. It's a A4 paper. Print it. Pin it on the wall where your team is working. Whenever your team says, I have completed the work, you can question them back. Completed is different. DOD is different. Completed is, I have done my work in my system. I have done my work in my table. Is it sufficient for DOD? If you complete only your work, is it sufficient for DOD?
No.
No. Which means when you completed, you should also do other parameters. You should also do other parameters to call as a completed or a done. A done is different. Completed is different. Complete is nice. Friday evening, 4 o'clock, I completed. Okay, very good. Then what you did? I went home. No. Tell me, after you completed, did you test it? Did you share this information with other team members? Did you got acceptance testing approved by the customer? Did you complete a documentation? Did you merge it? Do this. In software industry, they call different terms. Message here is, when you say something is a DOD, it's workable, usable for the customer. Does it make sense? It's workable, usable for the customer. Now, go back to the principle number 7. What is the principle number 7? Can someone read out? What is principle number 7 in Agile? Oh, wow. Still, any one of you don't have an Agile book in front of you? Principle number 7 in Agile.
Regarding working software, yes, I don't have the book right now. Shri will make it.
Working software is the primary
Working
measure of
software.
progress.
Yeah.
Very good. First, thanks a lot for taking the effort. Open the book and you read it. Yeah, thanks for that. So working software is a primary measure of progress. So when I say working software, it was written for software industry in the 2001. Today it can be any industry. Anything workable. Workable for what? To customer. Working solution, working system is the primary measure. When you say working, it should work in any block where the customer can use it. You cannot tell it was working in my garage, but it is not working on the roadside. No. It was working in my computer, but not there. No. That is not the game. Game here is DOD. It has to meet all the criterias, and we should call DOD its usable consumable. Now coming back to the question we were discussing, right? Rishikesh was giving a point and Senthil was giving a point. DOD is a doc which you write in the beginning of the project or beginning of the sprints. How frequently I should touch it? It's a very subjective question. If your DOD is not properly defined, you are improperly defined, every time you get a review or a negative feedback like what you saw in the question, I have to open it. If in case my team is going well, sprint after sprint, iteration after iteration, my team is delivering properly and the customer is giving the right product, whatever they want. Working software is a primary measure of progress. It's going really well. Team is delivering. Principle number one, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and a continuous delivery of what? Last word, last words. Still, if anyone will open with the book of Agile, what is the last word in the first principle?
Valuable software.
Valuable software. Thanks there, Kapila. It's a valuable software, which means how it becomes valuable. Only it has a meaning of what you're doing. Makes sense with the customer thought process. On top of that, it's usable. You should not give some dump. In the name of a speed, in the first line of principle, it says early and continuous delivery. Hey, you ask for early. Can I give anything with a bug? Question to you, if anyone gives you super fast, but it has a lot of problem and error, will you accept it? They give you super
No.
fast, but a lot of problem, will you accept it? You will say no, isn't it? Amazon guy delivers you by morning, supposed to deliver by evening, but giving in the morning. You are very happy, but giving a wrong product, I don't think you'll be happy. Speed is not an excuse to make mistakes. To prevent it, we have something called DOD. So DOD is one of the gate to stop the problems in Agile. Great. Thanks a lot for everyone who responded. And thanks, Senthil and Rishikesh, for giving that point. Now, in your company, there should be something called, there is something called, what to say, DOD, DOR. So what I do is, I'll quickly show you the answer also. Then we'll take another thought process. But the intention of sharing this is, you should be aware that there is something called DOR, DOD, which is prepared by the team, not by the product owner. Team, along with everyone, will sit and prepare it, which means we should be aware of what does it mean, DOD. So I found the answer shared in the chat box primarily goes with C, which is the right answer. Yay! You guys got right one. So what it says, let's see the justification. Finding a better packaging is a definitely goal in this scenario, but it's a question of how the team can research and recommend. While project teams should always be aware of external changes could impact these projects. The customer is the first place to start the determine the criteria for what they accept. The DOD must be agreed and updated to customers' needs. Okay, this is subject to change in an adaptive project. I won't touch it every day. If you do every day, it's a problem. Maybe once in a while, you take a look what can be done better. All right. How about one more question? How's the energy level? High, medium, low. Where are you? Ritu says I'm very high in energy. Okay. Nainish says high. Kapila high. Okay. Few people are high. Few people are still in silent mode. That's Sunday Shri. Don't ask me anything. Oh, mode. Okay. Let's get here. One more question. Today, a lot of Agile coming on your way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm looking for the messages with the alphabet. I'm seeing YouTube also. Let's see what's answer coming up. People in the YouTube, you can give the message in the chat box so I know what is your answer. Here I'm seeing alphabet, one particular alphabet again. Wow, people are going with the one. Two. Let's pull someone who has not spoken. Rahul Kumar, would you like to talk? Why you thought your answer is right? If you are close to the mic. Rahul Kumar, what is your answer? Why you thought this answer is right?
Yeah, hi Shri. Is it audible?
You are clearly audible. Press it.
Yeah. So actually, like basically here, we don't have much information available. Like team is under a stress, okay, and the work must continue. And from the available options, like I can see the agile coach will be the best person to jump in here, laying on to the agile coach with the available information and the options here.
Okay. By the way, Rahul, question to you. Is this question pointing project execution as a problem or a team working as a problem? Which means is a behavior problem or execution problem? What kind of problem going on here?
Yeah, it's an environment problem. Working in an environment that is experiencing significant and disruptive upheaval.
Upheaval is something like what do you call it as? It's a rocky situation, up down, isn't it? Kind of uneven situation. Can we say like that?
Yes, and the team members are not performing well due to the stress.
Due to the stress, okay.
So,
but they didn't tell anything about we are running out of the cost, running out of the schedule. Something they didn't say, right?
Yeah, that is the thing. So based on
Uh-huh.
whatever the options are available, I can see that the A will be the best option here. Yeah.
A will because they didn't talk about money, time, risk, nothing explained here. Team could not work well. Okay, that's what I explained. So you're directly going with the A. Okay, I listen to you. Let me see someone else I can pull in. Bindu, why you thought A is a good answer for you?
They mentioned it's a stress level kind of, so maybe agile coach can motivate them and
Okay.
for
Okay,
the
for you,
impediments.
the word stress for you is important here. Okay, you feel the stress is important. Okay. Okay, I hear your point. All right. So far, I'm seeing A is a dominating. I do also have an answer for a D. I'm also getting an answer with a C. I have different alphabets coming up. It's nice to get different alphabet. Okay, we get a different version or view of the same question. Sandal, you have something to share. Why you thought C is a good answer?
I see team members are experiencing stress due to destructive upheaval. I think that's a only sudden problem, not a consistent one. If team continue to work, the problem will be solved automatically. Maybe storming time.
Keep going. So your thought is just keep going. But it is a one-time problem. I think my internet has some trouble. Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Are you
I'm
hearing?
able to hear you.
Okay, great. I had some internet glitch here. By the way, Senthil, one question here. How do you judge or anticipate or guess it's a one-time problem or just a problem now? How do you think like that?
The word disruptive up even the word I'm wondering.
Okay. So it means it's a sudden or just like one bump happened, right?
Correct, exactly.
Okay. So team members are not performing well due to the stress, but work must continue. So your answer is continue working as normal, as if not going. I appreciate your point saying that upheaval is something like a sudden jump or sudden something is happening. But do you think they have to work as normal? Don't you think something they have to consider? Anything to be upgraded, the way of working? Because like Bindu was pointing out, the stress is high here. When the stress is high, can I expect my team to be as nothing has happened? Is it fine?
I agree with you. You have to change.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little tricky, right? It's something like if something has happened that's stressful there, if I say them next day, come on guys, it's okay guys, go and do the job. Or as if nothing has happened, that also adds another stress on the team. Seeing that there is no management support for us. Why not B? Why nobody thought about B? Can a product owner add something to make it better? Why no one thought about B? Any thoughts towards a B? Adding schedule, will it help?
The concern here is not.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Actually, I think it can help, but we may delay to our target.
Shri, because it is an agile project, maybe the iterations and the work is, I mean, the sprint is defined.
Okay.
So they will have to continue what is done, I mean, till now, and then maybe the team mostly focuses on work, and the agile coach only is the right person to communicate to the product owner if there is anything, may need to be changed, maybe.
Okay. So the team is working in short boxes, which we call as a PDCA, plan, do, check, act, plan, do, check, act, or adjust it going. So what I'm hearing is there is no point of adding extra schedule. Doesn't going to help here. If something happens here, it's something up to the team and the coach to sit and talk. Why not? The product owner is not a part of the team. Don't we consider this person as part of the This person is a part of team, right? Sorry, I'm muting some of you. Time to schedule. And now I'm hearing here is it's an adaptive nature. Just because adding the time doesn't mean to reduce your stress. Is it true?
Yeah.
Because adding time, stress will go down. Because there's a disruptive behavior or significant experiencing. Time can be there, but it's not the thing. And product owner, do the product owner will add time in the project? Is it the way that works in Agile?
No, it is the team who will decide how much time they will need to complete as the work.
Yeah. So what is the product owner role in an Agile project? What is their role?
You prioritize the backlog.
Prioritize backlog,
right? You prioritize what to be done. However, how it will be done, who decides it?
The team.
The Agile team talks about if I have a backlog like this, and in this backlog, if I have a list of items, there is something called high priority. There is something called low priority, right? When it's a high and low priority, it is decided by somebody called product owner. Now, the product owner is capable of telling it's high priority, Also capable of telling this item I need it. Capable of telling when I need it. What do you mean by when I need it? When I say high priority, I'm saying that I need it in the month of September or October. But when the team is working in a sprint, they are very clear when they can actually pick it up here and how to do it. This is the team will decide. But just adding a schedule, yeah, product owner may not play a big role here. Also, the problem is there is something they're experiencing which is a significant and disruptive upheaval. They didn't mention anything about it. Someone was pointing out there is no information in the question. Question doesn't talk anything about time problem or a budget problem or a risk problem, nothing. Bindu was pointing out there is a stress level is high. When this is high, I want to see what can I do. Who is the best person to do this part? There is a person called servant leader. Who is a servant leader? Dun, 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 dun. There comes
Agile coach.
Agile manager, agile team manager, scrum master. Everyone is a servant leader, but one person takes more accountability there. Who is that person? And that person turned to be agile coach. Oh my God. All right. I know many of you chosen answer A already. I was just giving a time to make you to think in different direction. If work must continue, the answer is finding a way to focus on work. How to focus? Extending deadlines or pretending nothing is wrong can be risky. Extending time or pretending nothing has happened is risky. Examining the project closure options may be a bit drastic at this stage. Yeah, I don't want to close the project now. It's too early. This option is too early. We have to see how can team improve. Who can help on this? Agile coach will talk to the team. Guys, what's happening? Let us sit and talk in the retrospective. How can we improve as a team? And then we move forward. There is a principle number 12. If anyone still open with that page, what is the principle number 12?
At regular intervals, the team reflects.
Fantastic. At regular intervals, team reflects on how to become more effective. And what they do, adjust and tune their behavior accordingly. Is it given there?
Yes.
Adjust and tune their behavior accordingly. See, what is the behavior? Behavior is a team behavior. See, behavior means what? You mean a dress code, food habits? Not beyond that. Behavior is as a group how we will work, how we will do research, how we will do development, how we will communicate on conflict problems, how we will improve our estimation and delivery model. This is given to the team themselves. When I say team, agile coach or a scrum master can also be there. So it's a collective effort. All right, that's a good one, right? Good learning. All right, let's give a pause here. So we saw at least a few questions right now. Let me see your chat box. Any 1 or 2 words stands top of your brain in the last 30 minutes? Can you put in the chat box what keywords stand in your brain today? Boo, boo, boo. DOD, Kapila says DOD stands for me. Senthil says DOD. Rishikesh says DOD. Wow, DOD stands bigger today. All right, anything more? Anything more? Power and interest grid. Sham says, yeah, in stakeholder management. Very good. Stakeholder engagement is important. Nice to know. I see that messages. All right, that's interesting. That's interesting. Good to know. People who attempted from YouTube, appreciate your efforts. Thanks for doing the efforts here. Bindu also says working softer. Now, did I say that today we have to be very careful enough in Agile, being Agile and doing Agile? Did I say that? Yeah, being Agile and doing Agile. I should have said this few times. I don't feel shy to say that. I'll repeat it again. Being Agile, doing Agile. Please learn that because PMI Institute is a slightly different than usual certificates. They don't more talk on day-to-day job. They talk on how can you think as an Agile person. So the exam question will focus on that area. Okay. All right. Good job. I really appreciate all your answering ability. One thing I will say that when you practice the question, of course, today we took only 3 questions, did some analysis. When you practice the questions, do even 10 question or maybe a 60 question. Later after this exam, spend good amount of time to analyze the question. Yeah. Do you think analyzing is more important? It's very important, right? Very much important. So you have to analyze those questions, note down somewhere in a paper, a white paper. In this week, these are the areas I am clear. These are the areas I have to improve. See, do I need to mark the areas I'm clear? Yes, right? You have to give appreciation for your brain. Your brain has put such a effort in the last 1 month to remember certain things. You should appreciate it. You should not tell, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Don't always say, I don't know, I don't know. Say something, I know. That also makes your brain happy. So have a paper, note down, I'm clear on agile principles. I'm clear on risk management in a plan-driven project. I know this, I know this. Put happily, I know this. If I don't know, yes, mark gray spots. So the more you say to yourself, I know certain things, your brain also feels happy and start trusting you. If we constantly say that I don't know, nothing will stay in your brain. If you constantly say that I'm not fit, we get unfit. So your brain has to believe you. So I have a paper, note it down. After every exam, please take time, analyze why this answer is right. If this answer is right, why answer B was wrong? Why answer C was wrong? But see, if I do like this, each question will take 20 minutes, man. Do you prefer on quantity or quality? Question to you. Do you prefer quantity or quality? What is your thought? What is your thought?
Quality.
It's about the quality is more important. With the quality, if you can improve the quantity, you become a best product in the market. So start with quality. Over a period of time, you can increase the speed. But initial days, don't hurry saying that I did 60 questions, 100 questions, 200 questions. No point in doing that. If you don't know the basic of how to do, there is no point of doing 1,000 questions. Even if you do 10 questions, focus on it, write it down, understand what I know, what I don't know. I'll believe me, within 1 week or 10 days, you start seeing a good difference in your way of approach. It's pretty important. Yeah. There are many people, car rash drivers. They think rash driving is so great. That is about the quantity. Quality is soft rhythmic driving and good driving on the road. That's a good drivers. A good driver will not make sudden brake, will not make anyone in the back seat to feel the jerk. If you can do that, you are a good driver. That's what expected in the market. So go in a rhythmic way, note it down, write the points, go for it. People preferring for PMI-ACP, please read Mike Griffith book. And there is a book recommended called Essential Scrum. This book also you should get a copy somewhere. Essential Scrum. In Essential Scrum, they talk about estimation techniques. They talk about how a Scrum Master, servant leader will behave in the project. If you are going for PMI-ACP, please read these topics also. Very important. All right, that I stop here. Is anyone having a question which I can help you? Any questions? Kapila, I saw your chat message. I'll come to you in few minutes in the WhatsApp. Is it fine, Kapila?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, you have few days for your exam. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll come. Which time zone you are, Kapila?
India. Mumbai.
India time zone. Okay. I will message you before the next class, so I will understand more with you. Okay.
Yes, sure. Okay.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, guys. And if anyone having close to the exam, don't hesitate. Please reach out. For now, have an amazing Sunday. We'll catch up by next Sunday prayers next Sunday. See you all and bye-bye.
Bye, Shri. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You.